Is it possible to be continuously present? Are you, let me say this, we know that I'm not continually present. Hopefully someday, although I will say I think I am, it's just different depths of it.
You're bringing out the best in you, in us.
It was there. I wasn't thinking about it.
It's always there by whatever name.
So.
And there is here.
And there is here.
Which is why when you say, are you ever always present, is a little different than are you always conscious?
Right.
Because sometimes, I mean, I'm just going to speak personally, but also for everyone, sometimes I or one is conscious, semi-conscious, a little conscious,
yes.
Unconscious, asleep, in there's 4 stages of sleep, which have different consciousness, in coma, and yet people come back from coma and there was some consciousness and they remember things they heard.
Mm-hmm.
So those are all different states of consciousness without even going into fantastic, evolved, higher states of consciousness or taking psychoactive drugs and having higher states, deeper, great states of consciousness. So we're always present, but how conscious we are varies. We're always present. Where else can we be? Mm-hmm. But still we don't necessarily know it.
But you don't know it.
The frogs in that pond and the birds are also always present, but somehow we don't attribute that much wisdom or like glory to them. Although, in fact, everything is equally glorious. Maybe everything is not equally wise. We can make these distinctions, but more important is glorious. Like everything, it's all God's creation. Every being is endowed with the luminous Buddha nature or the inner light. The Christos, not Catholic cross, but the inner light of divinity. So we try to emphasize that or see it, and I try to, practitioners like me, try to cultivate and inculcate those values in ourselves, and those who are interested naturally feel it or ask about it. So we don't missionaryize and proselytize, but people ask us about it. I mean, I've been doing this full time since 1971. So I, have written about it, I teach about it, I lead retreats about it, I live that way. That's what I care about and love, so people naturally ask about it. I'm not saying they're drawn to me, I'm just saying that they ask about it like that, or they feel it, or they see it around me, the people I bring to America, or my temple, my library, my stories, and so, but also the heart and soul. Everybody has a heart and soul, and how much you use it, it depends whether you're a conniving, sharp business person, or you're verging on sainthood, whoever that is. We're all more or less mostly the same, and everybody has heart and soul and can be touched and can also totally change over. Not just a few sudden awakeners like you mentioned, which is actually a term in Tibetan Buddhism. There's a very, very, very small percentage of sudden awakeners, and most people have more gradual awakenings on the path, like you gradually grow up and get educated. You don't wake up that way when you're born, even if you're a recognized reincarnate Lama, like the Dalai Lama was supposed to have been the past Dalai Lama, but when he was 4, 6, 8, he had to learn things, the language, and how to tie his shoe, and other things, philosophy and prayers and the things that he learned. So we are like that too. We're not all born like Mozart with the gift of music, which he probably got from past lives. At 5 years old, playing those concerts, he probably even wrote those symphonies. But then there are others. Also, the great world teacher Krishnamurti, J. Krishnamurti, who died 10 or 15 years ago, wrote many books, was born in India, and he was found as a boy totally awakened by Western mystics such as Madame Blavatsky and Annie Besant, and you can read all about this, the Theosophical movement. And Krishnamurti was so enlightened that he went along with them for a while. Then he said, I'm not a guru, and I'm same as everybody else. I'm not going to be the head of this great Theosophical movement that makes me its sage and saint and Messiah. And he left, and he was he taught like that the rest of his life. Awareness is all. You can read his 20 books of this sudden awakener, just saying awareness is all. And you don't need religion, and you don't have to. Of course, he did yoga every morning because he was an Indian guy, and that's how he kept healthy. But he never read, he said, he never read the Bible or the Bhagavad Gita or any of that stuff. He occasionally read mystery novels on long airplane trips across the, oceans. So he was a great example. But most of us, we have to, you know, do the pickling process. You put the
Right.
pickle in, and it takes 6 months for the cucumber, I mean, to get pickled.
Right.